champion. They say we warriors. They say we did it again. Hands high for the champion. We are victorious. We only in it to win. Stand up for the champion. No surrender, no retreat. We take the battlefield over every time. And clap your hands for the champion. We came, we saw, we conquered everything in sight. Moment of silence for the champion.
And we're live. Hey.
What's up, team?
What's up?
Right now, I am actually ordering food with my mother. How are you guys doing?
Oh, sounds lit.
I just had like 3 chicken breasts with like some delicious sauce that my wife cooked for me. Oh man, it was so good. So good.
I ate some cheesecake. Reaper'd be jealous.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
cheesecake.
indisposed for like 5 minutes, so sorry.
Way to start the show.
So, for the drinking rules, this is the championship stream, by the way, for HSA. Congratulations. See, Parker, talk about anything.
All right, well, he figures that out. Let me tell you about this chicken I had. Okay? First off, you start with just the thickest chicken
Okay,
breast
I'm gonna
you
cut
ever
you off
had.
because we got.
Okay, we got there. All right, what are our drinking rules, Parker?
Oh, hold on.
Alright, I'm back now.
Next,
I'm just
you
gonna
put
read
on-
off our drinking rules while you do that, okay?
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Alright, so our drinking rules. Drink for Hearthstone, the best game ever invented. Drink for our champions, Hearthstone Academy.
Oh, we got there.
And pour one out for Dirty Mike and the boys, and also everyone else that lost.
We're all hot garbage. Okay. Let's talk about the finals. I mean, tell us about what went down in the finals.
Well, in our finals, Hearthstone Academy against Dirty Mike and the boys. This was actually quite the barn burner. Every single game went to 5 games. I'm sorry, every single match went to 5 games, which is incredible. But to start, we had Brewski up against Lefty 2-1-1-1. And Brewski ended up taking that 3-2. Then we had Blue Sombrero up against Eric Oki, who also took that 3-2. And then we have Yellow Dart up against Cyrilos, who took that one 3-2. Bork fell against Magic Pants 2-3. And then Zemus ended up beating Cody 3-2.
Fog champ.
So Hearthstone Academy won their second straight championship by a final score of 18-12, but every game was incredibly close.
Love winning
What?
coin flips.
What were your guys' thoughts on this series and how it shook out? Did it go like you thought it was going to go?
Yeah. I mean, I expected Dirty Mike to get one more win, but I expected HSA to win. Like I said, they're the Giants, man. They come in, they limp in, they get momentum, and they keep rolling. So yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised. I also expected it to be a lot of 5-game series, which turns out all of them were. I don't think that's too surprising though, given these two teams.
Not quite how I predicted it. I thought it'd go the other way, but you know, I love being wrong, so
Why
I'm
is
doing it right.
why is my picture bad hombres?
I don't know. Why not?
Alright.
It's the first picture of you I saw, so I just clicked it.
It's not a good picture of me.
Well,
But yeah,
you know.
I was not surprised to see Hearthstone Academy win it. And I am very happy that we got our very first ever back-to-back champion. That's really, really exciting. I am surprised that every game went to 5, just because like that's super rare. And you know, I'm glad that it was like that because it really showed that these two teams, despite 18-12 being a pretty decent margin of victory, like this is so cliche, right? But it actually could have gone either way. Just maybe slightly better play from Dirty Mike, or maybe slightly better draws, or a combination of both. It's completely feasible that they take this one, by the same score. So super interesting to see. Super cool for Hearthstone Academy. What an incredible run for them from going, I think week 8. I want to say that they were either 5th in their division or 4th, and then ended up taking it all. Like from that point of the season, it's kind of incredible.
Yeah, they were really far back at some point in the season. I can't go back and like add up all the points, but at one point they were almost isn't 5th the last? Yeah, they were like dead last in they were dead last in their division. A decent chunk into the a decent chunk of the season, into the season. So they definitely had to claw their way back up into the playoffs throughout the final few weeks. So this was very impressive to me. A lot of people had written them out, as the former champions. They might not even make playoffs, and then they come back and repeat. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and interesting to note that Hearthstone Academy did it with a vastly different roster than they started the season with. I think that they only have 2 returning players of their 5 that they started week 1. So kind of an interesting transformation that they went through that ended up resulting in them taking home a second championship. But, great run, great season. Are we ready to do our Hearthstone Academy interview? Or do any of you have anything to add?
Nah, drag 'em in.
Well, there's a lot of them there.
Yeah, drag 'em all.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Oh my god, they're going in. Oh, we're in.
What's up, team?
Team.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl.
Missing
Hey.
JB and Scritch, but I mean, aside from that,
We have 7 over 9.
Yeah, this is a lot of people on Discord. All right, let's do this, team. Well, let's get to it. Sage, how
Yeah.
does it feel to captain the very first back-to-back champion in THL
Man,
history?
feels good, man. Feels good.
How good?
It feels great. I mean, I'm real proud of my guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier. I mean, just it's all for the glory, and it feels very glorious indeed.
The glory of Yardstone.
Mhm.
What factors do you think helped you guys become THL's first back-to-back champion? What exactly happened this season to spring you guys from last in green to the season winners?
I'd say a large factor would be getting Blue Sombrero, like being alerted early enough on by JB that he was feeling a bit burnt out from the game, and being able to get somebody that was very much not burnt out in his spot, and just in general, just keeping the team, communicating like any captain should, making sure nobody's just sitting there twiddling their thumbs and doesn't know what to do.
So Blue Sombrero was a big addition that kind of helped spur you guys along.
Oh yeah, definitely. We absolutely wouldn't have made it without him.
Right.
JB he wasn't feeling it, man. Like, heart goes out to him. He's an awesome dude, and I really respect his decision to voluntarily step down.
So
when he
Blue
wasn't feeling it.
Sombrero, what do you think that you brought to the team that helped spark things? What exactly did you do?
Well, I actually won my sets.
Oh shit!
No,
call out.
Savage.
Well, I didn't actually pay much attention to the league before I came in, so I don't really know what JB was really known for. But I do know that JB was a very good player, and he played in the 2 seed when I know he could have fit in the 1 seed just as well, but I think it was just a refreshment to the team to have JB come out and have me come in as kind of like this fresh person and just like bring like a whole new mindset to the team. And it's like kind of like a whole new team going on to the second half of the season, and it worked with also more replacements. So I think it was just nice to have like a refresher of what we wanted to do.
So, how do you guys prepare for your matches individually as a team every week? Like, what about that preparation do you think makes it different than other teams and more successful?
Well, I don't know how it is for other teams, but I know that every week I'm just like, it's just freaking out about which classes to play, since it's just like every week I am in chat and like, oh God, which class do I pick? And it's actually the problem I run into a lot is which class do I not pick, since there are 5 classes that are all very, in my opinion, 5 tier 1 classes, and you can only bring 4, right? So each week it's just a process of finding the 1 tier 1 class that I don't want to bring. And it's pretty much similar for everyone else on our team. But I think the kind of the chaos for me of choosing which decks to bring makes it a better environment, and it really like makes me committed to the decks and that I brought.
Also, just a tidbit is that the team is so cool with comfort that like when I wanted to play Hunter in the middle of the season, which was a stupid idea, but they let me do it just because I was so comfortable with the class.
Yeah.
And that was also very nice and helpful.
Yeah, we really try to stress comfort over power.
Meta.
Yeah, I mean, if you're much more comfortable with something than something that you're not, then I mean, why would you bring something that you're not comfortable with? You know, when you know you can win with what you're comfortable with. I mean, honestly.
So, question for Borg and Brewski then, since you guys were the only remaining members from week 1 until the last week of the season. What were you guys thinking seeing all of these roster changes happen, you know, week by week? What was your thought process? How did you feel about that?
I'm not gonna lie, I hated it. I really liked Scritch, and I was a really big fan of JB, and I was very unhappy with all the roster changes, and it made me very upset. But it got better as time progressed, and Zimus and Blue both grew in me quite a bit, along with Octaris, and even Yellow Dart towards the end there. So it was good, but it definitely, when it happened, I feel like my win rate went down because of it.
How about you, Brewski?
I think my win rate went up.
Worth.
At the end there, I didn't even know who was on our team, to be honest.
Nice.
Like
So
I
you're
honestly
just kind of
had no
on
idea.
yourself and making sure that you
Everyone
get your 4 points every
harder.
week then. Interesting.
Basically.
So I got a question for Zemus and Blue Sombrero.
There we go.
How did it feel to, come in midway through the season, and how did you guys adjust to being in their, the HSA environment? Was there anything in there that like, oh, this team practices way more than I expected, or anything like that? Anything that when you got there that caught you off guard about HSA that was unexpected for you guys?
Well, I've been in the Discord for quite a while as a meme coach in season 5, but I actually just typed a message like once a week, and I was like, "You go, guys!" And when I actually came in, it was more or less what I expected, but because the first week I played it, I submitted Rogue because I was playing a lot of Miracle Rogue, and then it got banned week 1, and then week 2, my opponent just played all aggro decks, right? And so that was really a wake-up call for me. I was like, oh, you can just play like a counter to like what I bring, so I have to kind of bring my decks to like how to counter the counter, and it's like a whole thought process, and that's something I wasn't expected. I just thought, it's comfort and nothing else, but it's comfort, and then you have to go a little bit further to make sure that your comfort won't get countered.
You have to have a certain amount of flexibility. Like, yeah, comfort is a big piece, but comfort can't be king, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know for me coming into the team too, it was my first time playing a league, so I didn't have any idea what I was doing. But these guys, they Sage every day would be like, hey, let's hop on a practice, let's try things out. And these guys help me with decks and things like that. So even though I was new, everybody was super cooperative and helpful to kind of bring me along. And that was a pretty great intro to the league and the team.
Awesome. Then I was gonna ask, for Yellow Dart, you came in and subbed in the final week and helped them win that championship. What was it like for you come in as the sort of the last second sub? How was that for you? And then yeah. So what do you have? How was it like playing in the finals as a sub? What was that experience like?
It was awesome. I mean, these guys kind of welcomed me with open arms, kind of out of the middle of nowhere. I didn't really know any of them from anywhere before. I think I played Hockey Boys on ladder a couple times, and he asked me to come jump in. So yeah, these guys are great, just kind of letting me come in. But I mean, it was kind of a crazy weekend because I was at DreamHack all weekend, and by Sunday night, I was so sick of playing my decks I've been playing all weekend at DreamHack. It felt good to kind of just shift gears a little bit and stop playing Taunt Warrior and smash some faces in with Pirate. So it was a lot of fun to get involved in and help contribute the 1 week I was in play there.
All right.
Cool. I have one more question based on sort of like the subs and stuff. And the last one's for Arcturus, man. So you subbed in week 9 the last week. You helped them get into the playoffs, and then they brought you on for the last 2 weeks. So what was it like for you, coming in as a sub and then them asking you to be the permanent replacement? How did that make you feel? And what made you want to, play with HSA, moving forward throughout the playoffs?
Well, for me, I've worked with Sage a lot over the last couple seasons. I've played him in SHL a number of times. I was in the Discord all season as a data analyst for him. So I did a lot of work for him previously, and so Sage asked me to sub in the 4. I just went in, played some percentage-based Hearthstone, or didn't, and I won. Or lost, mostly winning though. 2-1.
Well, I mean, the week you lost, it was kind of our fault, man. I got to take credit there. It was my fault you lost, for sure.
Yeah, I learned Freeze Mage at the end of the season, and I was like, be faithful to your mistress, right? I should be bringing Freeze Mage. I got convinced to not do that. That was the loss. But hey, percentage-based Hearthstone, I was undefeated doing it, and I was really happy about that.
Parker, I want you to know that every single one of your losses for me as a captain was actually your fault.
Disagree.
All right. Fair.
I will take credit for all your losses.
So going into the last week, right, the championship week, you have a team full of mostly new players. You have a couple of veterans that have been there the entire week. And this is your opportunity to be the very first back-to-back champion DHL. Did any of you guys feel pressure?
I didn't feel that much pressure. I wasn't playing.
Okay, all right. Fair. But how about the rest of you guys?
I would say Blue told me that no pressure, but I needed to win all my games.
I messaged him that in the BattleNet.
I felt the pressure as the last game. Like we were kind of watching on stream Sunday night, and I think Brewski, we saw him go tied 2-2, and then I got a message, "Hey, time to go." So I didn't know if he had won or lost playing in the last game, and I ended up winning 3-2. And I go back in the Discord, and I was like, "Guys, we won." They're like, "Yeah, we've been celebrating for like an hour." Because these guys are a bunch of a-holes.
I was really scared going into my match just because Blue talked to me for an hour about how I shouldn't ban Warrior, and then I looked at my Warrior ban as I fucking queued into the game and was like, maybe this is a bad idea. It was spooky.
Too spooky.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we have some viewer questions for you guys, so I'm gonna get to those.
All right.
As soon as I find my sheet. There it is. All right, yeah. So Mark Shire asked in chat, how did you approach deck prediction regarding the top classes like Pally, Druid, Warrior, etc.? Did you look to make a hard read on your opponents bringing one archetype, or did you try to be ready for multiple decks? And anyone, this isn't just an open-ended question. Anyone can answer this.
Well,
Okay, well,
I got an
personally,
answer for this. I'll be back in a minute.
personally for me, I think going after hard archetypes and trying to really narrow it down is a terrible idea, and I think it's bad. But so personally, I didn't do it, but I believe some members of the team did. And as comfort still trumps everything, so if they were comfortable with doing it, they did it, and if they weren't, they weren't.
Do anyone else have anything to add to that?
yeah.
Any extra thoughts?
I tried a couple different strategies and I just didn't feel anything clicking with me, which is the main reason I ended up replacing myself at the end of the season, because I just wasn't feeling comfortable with this meta. But I'm very comfortable captaining the team, so I mean, I had no doubts there. I had faith in my boys.
Well, for me, I just established like a comfort deck for each class, right? And then when I'd submitted my classes, then I went for like the comfort deck of each class, and I put it in the Vicious Syndicate chart, and I thought, and I looked at the matchups to see like which decks would be the pretty bad matchups, and sometimes I would change a deck or two around to kind of play around that, so it's not like I'm getting stomped by a specific bunch of decks, but like my opponent would have to play like say like a Jade Druid, a Pirate Warrior, like a Secret Mage, and like a slower Paladin to be able to like have the most efficient lineup against my lineup. And so I tried to play around them either having hard aggro or hard control and not in the middle, because I find that if you go for like 2 aggro and 2 control, sometimes that just doesn't really work out that well. And so usually I have 3 like really comfortable decks and 1 slightly less comfortable deck, but that meshes in better with my roster. And that's where flexibility matters a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think sometimes we just make sure that we didn't have any glaring weaknesses as we
Yeah,
picked our
exactly.
lineups, so that there wasn't one thing that could just defeat all of our decks. So give us some flexibility, but not necessarily target a specific, type of opponent.
One of the strategies that I found really worked for me a lot in SHL as well as THL, more SHL, is that I would always lead off with a deck that had about a 50% win rate across the board, so something like Secret Mage or Jade Druid. And that first game can really tell you a lot about what your opponent's doing, what your opponent's deck style is, what your opponent might be trying to do. And you have about a 50-50 shot of winning, but you get a lot of information instead of trying to hit a 70-30 and maybe missing and getting a 30-70.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. So Arcturus asked this, and this is funny since he's in the chat, but I thought it was pretty appropriate considering the team dynamic of Hearthstone Academy this season. If you take the head of a broom off and replace it with a different head, and subsequently take the shaft off of the broom and replace it with a different shaft, do you still have the same broom?
Yes.
Is it a carbon copy, basically?
What if you combine the pieces that you replace to form a new broom? Which broom is the original broom?
They both are.
They're both the
It's like a
original broom.
philosophical question.
So if
Voting
the
this
2
one?
remaining Hearthstone Academy members were replaced, would it still be Hearthstone Academy?
What, should you change the name of the team midway through? Is that what you're asking?
Call it Yog Champs.
Alright. On a different note.
No, I think as long as it's captained by me, it's fine to be called HSA.
Fair enough. Speaking of Captain Sage, who all is returning next season? Do you know yet?
Zemus.
That's all you know?
Well, we know
Just
who
Zemus.
isn't returning, and that's everyone else.
Oh wow.
There might be an HSAA in the distance.
Yeah.
HS.
Spoiler alert.
Hearthstone Academy.
Right.
HSAA hype.
Just everyone keep your eyes peeled for that one.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, but it won't be captained by Sage, so I mean.
None of us are on it. We just know it's there.
Well, I think we're out of questions.
Only one question.
Oh no,
or two
there's
questions.
there's one last question. What is Beepus, whatever the hell that is?
Beepus Poop Jump.
Yeah, there. What is that?
Sage forgot to take away nickname changing restrictions from me, so I kept naming Brewski Beepus Poop Jam.
Oh.
Nice.
Aren't there
Mark?
questions from the Facebook?
Those were from the
the
Facebook.
questions from the Facebook.
Oh,
Mark
thought
Shire
I
would
saw
like
him
to
switch
ask a
that.
follow-up though for your answer, Blue. What do you think the 5 tier 1 classes were?
I think it was Druid, Mage, Shaman, Warrior, and Paladin.
In no particular order, or what?
No, no particular order. I think Paladin's like a tiered 0 class, actually. I think there's no reason to not bring Paladin.
Well,
the other 4
Mage and Paladin were brought by every single person.
in the finals, yeah. I think Mage
So I
is
guess
good,
I
but
guess you
think
could say they were
Paladin's a
both tier
true
zero,
0.
if that's the way it's looking.
I don't
I
think
think
Mage is
Druid
tier
can be
0.
overrated, sort of.
I feel like Druid kind of just mutated and became even better just as the meta progressed. It was
Easy big,
crazy.
easy druid, or don't even bother.
What?
Easy big, easy druid, easy, or don't even bother.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite druid as well. That's like the only thing I play right now.
I play Quest Druid with my Golden Jungle Giants.
Playing Hearthstone in 2017.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love you.
Oh,
Blizzard,
whoever
bro.
said that, I agree.
You and I.
I
you
got
and
you,
I
Emily
are gonna
Parker, I
get
got you.
together. You and I are gonna get together after the show, and we're gonna fucking compare.
We're gonna play
Blue
some Quest
Jungle
Druid.
list.
I actually
Oh.
tried an OTK list where it's you play your Barnabas and then you play Curator and you draw into Alex draws and Cold Light Oracle and then you play your Cold Light Oracles and then you draw Leroy and Reckless Rocketeers and then you 0 mana Alex them and then you play Leroy double Reckless Rocketeer and OTK them.
Holy
Uh,
shit!
So far, it has a 0% success rate,
I can't imagine. why.
but it kind of it's a little draw reliant. But
Only a little though.
the dream is there.
Only a little draw reliant.
Yeah, only a little.
All right, man. Well, Hearthstone Academy, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on back-to-back champs. That's so cool. So impressive to see as a spectator.
Well, thank you.
How about some individual shout outs before you leave so we can fill some time? Or if you have
I want
anything
to say
to say.
hi to my mom.
Oh,
Hi, Mom.
You wait your damn turn, Captain.
Damn it.
Bork, let's start with you, buddy, since you're at the top. Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, sure. I would like to shout out Mark Shire because he's a fucking legend.
Mark Shire.
Mark Shire is just a god. Shout out to Mark Shire. Shout out to Sage. Sage is just an awesome captain. And shout out to all 9 members of HSA. We're all gods.
Arcturus.
And Scritch.
Do you have a shout out, Arcturus?
He can't
Sage
talk,
tag
unfortunately.
me. I can't talk, but shout out to Math and Vicious Syndicate. Hell yeah.
Yep, sounds
Blue
appropriate.
Sombrero, do you have any shout outs?
I want to shout out Scritch for going 4-1 before he had to leave for Japan, because without him, we probably wouldn't be in the playoffs. And I want to shout out Hockey Boys for basically being an honorary Hearthstone Academy member in the playoffs.
Fair enough. Brewski?
Yeah, super shout out to Hockey Boys. He was always there to help my Jade Druid mirrors, which was never relevant, but greatly appreciated.
Yellow Dirt?
I would say
Hey,
shout
you
out
just
to Hockey
skipping me?
Boys also for bringing me in and helping me secure my THL championship ring with only 1 match, and all 17 members of the team.
Are you gonna retire undefeated? Actually, I hear that you're making your THL return in season 7. But
It's possible. Be on the lookout.
Zemus, how about you, buddy?
Yeah, all these guys here, they're a bunch of idiots, but I like all of them. So I'm gonna give a shout out to everyone on HSA. It's been pretty fun.
And finally, Captain Sage, get your shout out.
I wanted to give a shout out to our buddies over in Initiative Novum. They didn't make the playoffs, unfortunately, but we had some practice sessions with them, and that was good times. Got to know all of them except Appa. Fucking Appa, goddamn, DQing 3 times.
Oh god.
Got to know all of them, and they're all good guys. And again, shout out to Hockey Boys and Ben. Well, when I say Ben, it sounds like it could be shouting out to Hockey Boys again, but me, myself, and I. Unfortunately, he's probably not watching this at the moment, but I mean, he'll probably watch the VOD at some point. Shout out to you, man, and Scritch, and JB, and everybody on the HSA that's going into HSAA, unfortunately. But yeah, you guys are the best.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, and again, congratulations, back to back. And I hope to give the same interview here next season for the
Yeah.
three-peat.
It'll be very interesting to have everybody except me. Right?
Well, if Hearthstone Academy, well, which Hearthstone Academy is the real Hearthstone Academy? Is it Sage
one-
or is it the actual people?
The one captained by Sage.
Yeah.
So
All I
I
can
don't
say
think
is
any of us are
I'm
gonna
trying
be
to do something a little interesting with rebuilding the team.
If it's not us two in the finals, I'll be disappointed.
It would be so beautiful having HSA and HSA up against each other.
It will be beautiful.
It's treason.
Clash of the Titans.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna drag you guys out of here so we can finish the show.
Right.
Yeah, I need to go
Okay.
get my Edge of the Empire game anyways.
Thanks for
Oh, yeah.
having us.
Hearthstone
Thanks.
Academy.
Congratulations again, guys.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Tavern talk.
God damn it, in position. Stop joining the thing.
He's in position.
He had to be in position.
He is in position, man.
Well, they did it. They won 2 in a row. Do
Good
you
for
have
them.
any final thoughts?
Oh, hold on. I have some
On the season.
unrelated questions that were asked that I feel should probably be addressed. There's some good ones.
Oh.
They just weren't for
Okay.
HSA at all.
Oh, okay.
Brunson asked, "What is your favorite episode of Seinfeld?"
Oh, we could have absolutely asked these HSA.
I know,
as
but there
well.
were so many.
Yeah,
of
that's
them.
true. Seinfeld is garbage. It's overrated.
Wow. Imagine being that wrong.
No, I'm not. It's just like it was great for its time, and then 50 shows came out and did it better than they did. They were the first, but they're overrated.
I want you to know I'm resisting very hard to just drag you out of this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, drag me out. Drag me out. Go ahead.
I really like. I forget what it's called, but the shrivel or
It's a-
shrinkage.
yeah,
shrinkage.
that's a good one.
Shrinkage. That one. That's a good one. Also, I forget what it's called, but the one where Kramer's carrying around. They can't find their car, and he's carrying around the Is it an air conditioning unit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like that one. I haven't watched that show in forever though. Need to go back and watch some. What about you, Parker?
Oh, I really like the contest. That's probably my favorite one. It's pretty generic answer because that's most people's, but that's my favorite one. All right.
All right.
Hat has a good question. He said, "What's the best meme in THL history?" Main.
The best meme in THL history. I
Mhm.
honestly think that it's Inbolk's newspaper article. I don't think that I have it still. I'm gonna see if I can try to find it and throw it in the chat.
Oh,
The
that was
Inbolk
a good
made
one.
a fake newspaper article like last season, season 5. Season 5. And it was one of the funniest things I have ever seen. I think that's probably the best. What are you guys?
That's a tough one. The best meme in THL history.
I'm just gonna say one word, and the meme just encompasses everything around the person. Lemur.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Lemur, all of the avatar, just all of that. That's my favorite.
I really like. It's not really a meme, but Get Manged is one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
I may only be picking that because you're in the chat, but
You know, that's actually that's well over 2 years ago by now. You know that, right?
Yep.
Like 2 actual years. Let it
Yep.
go, people.
Do we have any other questions, Brunson? Brunson, I'm reading Brunson's name.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. Or do we have any other questions?
That
Parker?
disrespect.
No, I do that all the time. When I'm reading someone's name, it just comes out because I'm on that thread right now.
Nope, I'm pretty sure that's it. That's all we had.
I'm trying to find the Mbulk meme, but I can't. I'll have to ask him for it and maybe post it next Tavern Talk, 'cause I believe that we have one more award show
Yeah,
left.
next week is the award show, so show up for that. Maybe you'll hear your
Yeah,
name
I'll be here.
get called out if you guys don't
Like,
suck.
probably.
So we'll be reading off awards, and people will be winning and collecting. We're not giving out anything though, so. But they'll collect.
I mean,
mentally.
you don't know that.
I mean, I am not giving out anything. Give out
Oh
whatever
my
you
God.
want,
Alright.
but it's not gonna be for me.
Alright, let's wrap it up before the show gets worse. As hard as that is to imagine.
Okay. Well, bye.
See you guys.
See you guys.